shiny Sephiroth here, and I am so excited that we're going to dive into what I talked about in a previous video, the double Daytolf that I have in my DC Comics display. Really quick to see what it's looking like now and what it's going to look like. The 90s, thing after the 2000s. For this display here, I'm honestly not feeling this display. Armored and then Gods and Justice League Incarnate. It's just something off. I'm gonna be taking some time to figure out what the heck to do here. Part of my Multiverse display, I try to put all of these characters in order of the Earth they show up in Multiversity. And then these, Justice League Dark, CW, and Snyderverse here in the Silver Age. So, but with all good things, they come to an end and they evolve into something else, and we now go into Bronze Age, and how I... So we now go into the Bronze Age, and how I defined it was basically the 80s. This is my 80s display, late 70s. We got the first version of the Year 2 Batman, but not the one with the plastic molded cape, but the fabric cape. And then I had this old Mattel Superman that I really like, and I think encapsulates a good look for Superman. And so I have him floating up here, and another old Mattel Wonder Woman that's a good stand-in for Wonder Woman's look during this era. Then I have the McFarlane JLA Wave, John Stewart, whose platinum was Monarch, I believe his name was. He looks really good. I wish the afro was a little bit bigger because his hair was a bit bigger in this time frame, but oh well. We got Aquaman back there. We got the basic version of Geoforce here with his debut colors. And then we have the digital Atom, the big version, going over here. And we have Ambush Bug, just kind of here in the corner, hanging out. Then we have the normal release of Firestorm, the second release of Martian Manhunter. I believe he was supposed to be more of the Rebirth Martian Manhunter, based on the head. But honestly, looking at his body and everything, he works really well for this era. And then we have the Green Arrow from the Longbow Hunters storyline, which is from this era. So a little bit more sparse. I need to add some stuff to this shelf, but overall, really liking how this turned out. So here's the Bronze Age and Silver Age display. So let's go ahead and go down now to the next display. And when you see, I mean, everything is going from top row onwards. So you see here, got Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age. Modern Age is next, which would be the 90s to the late 2000s. That would be next. But because, you know, that's a 20-year span, there were a lot of differences. I did split those up. Even though Modern Age did cover a large span of time, I gave the different incarnations. I basically split it up 90s and 2000s. But we'll see that in a future video. So that kind of, you see a little bit of that over there. And after those two, we had the New 52. And that branched off into Rebirth. And, you know, it was a soft reboot between Rebirth and Post-Dark Crisis, basically Infinite Frontier and Dawn of DC. So with that, I really like how these two shelves actually mix together and meld together because of the similarities between the two. But there is a distinct feeling, and honestly, like I've said in the past, I love Rebirth. That's what got me back into comics. I love what Jeff Johns was doing, and I love these teams. So we see right here, we have a lot of Mattel love here too, and contrary to popular opinion, I like the Mattel figures. I think they look really cool, especially if you pose them the right way and whatnot. Especially the later Mattel figures that they released. And, you know, they always had the DC icons and stuff like, I mean, like this right here, that's actually New 52 Martian Manhunter. That was released with a whole bunch of other New 52 figures, like these New 52 figures you're seeing here. A lot of those are from the same line. But John was wearing this outfit during that time frame. So when he rejoined the Justice League during Rebirth, so may as well. You also see back here some members of they tried to reboot and bring back the Justice League of America. It was led by Batman. And so you have a Lobo who was a part of it. We have Vixen. We have the Ray. Here's the rest of that roster. Definitely need to add some more people onto there that aren't here right now. Namely a Killer Frost, a Ryan Choi Atom, and a Black Canary from the Rebirth era, which, I mean, is fitting because she also was a part of the Justice League over here. But, yeah, and you can see here I also have Justice Incarnate in the back because, I mean, there were some crossovers between them. This team was created, I think technically in the New 52, but it was during the Road to Rebirth era, and they really only fully formed and started going on missions, if I recall correctly, sometime in late Rebirth, right before Didio took over and did the New Age of Heroes. So, yeah, so I have that there, and as we hopefully get more figures for that team, namely like Avery Cho, and maybe I'll custom Captain Marvel into Dr. Multiverse or whatever her name was, who was a clear analog to the MCU's Captain Marvel, and some of those other characters that were mainstays of the Justice Incarnate. I'll add those on into the back row there. But no more teasing. Here we have the post-Dark Crisis, basically Dawn of DC and Infinite Frontiers Justice Leaguers, and I already talked a little bit about their histories in the last video, so I just shifted them over here. And you see we added Icon into the back, so that's really cool to have him there. And yeah, this shelf is fleshed out pretty well. Like I said before, I really wish we could get a Hippolyta. We also need a modern Green Arrow and a modern Black Canary on here. That would be really helpful. And I'm really excited on here to finally have the Rebirth Hawk Woman, Hawk Girl, released, and she's going to go in there as well. Yeah, it'll be really good to finally fill that out. But yeah, here's what the technically modern look for the Justice League is looking like now. So, and I know that these were just temporary sub-members, but they were there. But, yeah. So, like I said, we got the multiverse stuff happening. And right here, we're going to kind of in media res, we're going to see some of my multiversal display. This one right here, we have the Gotham by Gaslight Batman, followed by the New Frontier universe. And I got these years ago, the little vinyls, and I like them, and it's a complete team, and I think that they look good. I don't care that they're smaller. And you know, they're a fun little universe, all focused on happiness and whatnot, and there's just something about them being small that kind of, you know, adds to their appeal and what they signify. And then right after them is the much darker Kingdom Come universe. I love these figures. These are just amazing. And so, you know, even though I love McFarlane toys and everything, I mean, this kind of stuff here, we have not seen figures that look like this from McFarlane. I mean, look at these guys. Look at these, like just these right here. That Aquaman, that Green Lantern. Oh, yeah, and I bought this off of eBay, I don't know, like 10 years ago. Something like that. Yeah, it was about 10 years ago when I was first starting my display, and this thing's all broken up. The wings are all glued. The staff's gone. But I got it for like, I don't know, $15, so it was worth it. Especially at the time when I was a broke master's student. I had a very small display back then. But yeah, and then behind them, we have the Dark Knight Returns. The Dark Knight Returns characters right here. We got some of these Mattel figures. I put in the McFarlane one here instead of the Mattel, just to coincide with this Batman and how he goes along with that cool horse. And yeah, so there's that shelf. And shifting over a little bit here, we got the DC Bombshells. Those are the 4 figures I got. And the funny thing is, I actually got these the day I graduated from my doctorate from Drexel University. I went to, after I finished, we went and partied a little bit. My whole family came with me. We drove out there. Yeah, it was a really cool experience. And I went to a comic shop and I got these there. And it was actually, here's a photo of me at the comic shop. This is the same place where they filmed the scene from Unbreakable. with Mr. Glass going in and holding up the comic. So yeah, the comic owner told me all about it, and he said right here is exactly where Mr. Jackson was in his wheelchair holding up the comic. So you go ahead and hold up this comic here. And yeah, it was just such a cool experience. I had no idea. I'd gone to Drexel for 3 years, and I had no idea that just a few miles away was that cool place. And I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to go there. And I got the 4 figures there. It was a really cool. I got some other too, but they're going to be in my armor display. I'll do that later. But yeah, so I do need to finish them out and get the others in that line. But anyway, right behind them to represent the only figure I have from their universe, I have the Captain Carrot, and this is the I think Silver Age Captain Carrot, the Platinum version that was released. And he's there representing for his universe and for the Bizarro universe. So this isn't one of the clones created. This is an actual universe in the multiverse where everything is Bizarro. I put up the McFarlane double pack there, and really happy with how they turned out. And right behind them, I have the only 3 figures I have from the Red Sun universe. And then behind them, the only figure I have from the Thrill Seeker universe. So over time, you know, I'm patient. So yeah, those shelves will be filled out in time. And that's one of the things people say, oh yeah, you have so many figures, how do you afford it? And a part of it is just, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've had figures for a long time. And for the longest time, I had one shelf with like 10 figures on it. And then slowly but surely over time, 10 bucks here, 15 bucks here, I see a deal, I do a trade, and it just builds up. McFarlane definitely accelerated a lot of that. And I'm not in my poor grad days anymore, but still I'm not going at a breakneck speed like I've seen some people. Oh man, I don't know if you've seen it sometimes, but you go on Reddit and somebody's like, okay, so I started collecting 3 months ago, and I only bought 2 or 3 figures, and now look how many figures I have. And they bought like more toys than I have in my toy room in a 3-month period. I'm just like, holy Moses, what kind of a job do you have? Kudos to you. Anyway, finishing out my display here for this Detolf, I have Justice League Dark. And so what I did is in the back you'll see the kind of modern take on Swamp Thing, and then on the right hand side we have the New 52 Swamp Thing, and in the middle from the late 80s storyline of when he met up with Adam Strange, Swamp Thing when he went and interacted with the Green on Planet Ran. And I don't remember, I would doubt that they went that deep into the lore, but you know, retroactively applying modern logic to it, that's why he would, you know, morph and look differently. He's interacting with a different Green. But yeah, so continuing with that trend, on the left hand side we do have the more modern looking people, and I do have the BTAS or JLU Etrigan in place of modern Etrigan here. And then so the new figures I put in that I didn't have before were Nightmaster and Ragman. So those are in there. I also added into here this character, Mandrake the Magician from the Defenders, but he is now actually Zatara. So there he is. And then I desperately need a traditional slash modern Zatanna. But here's got the New 52 Zatanna, and so we got the New 52 side over here, which includes the Platinum Ragman. That's his New 52 look. And yeah, so I really like this Justice League Dark. I need to get a new Wonder Woman to add her here, since she was the leader of Justice League Dark. And I believe in the comics Batman was a member of Justice League Dark, but I'm not 100% positive I'm not confusing that animated movie with actual comic canon. We'll see. And then I have Jonah Hex here just because he, I don't know, thematically I feel like he fits in with Justice League Dark. So I decided to put him in there, and I feel like that was the best place for him in my display, and I really like it. I think it turned out well. And then the final, it's not a leak per se, but you know, they've had team-ups and crossovers. And I'm kind of running out of space. I might later move these guys to go behind the JSA from the Snyderverse. That, you know, that kind of tracks, that kind of fits. And you know, there is the whole Gunverse thing now, so I don't know, these guys are kind of technically in both. But yeah, we'll see how that turns out. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that. Or yeah, it'll be interesting but yeah, for now, these guys are here, and I am going to start putting behind them, lifted up like I did with the Justice Incarnate up there, lifted up behind them on a riser or something. I'm going to put in the comic Suicide Squad. So, but until then, this is what I have here. And so we have the Mattel Suicide Squad up front, and then the McFarlane's in the back, and I think they turn out really well together. And then they never made an Enchantress toy, but I found this online. It came with something else. I think it came like a Funko Pop knockoff or something, and it also came with this little toy. And so I prop her up on a little stand, and I don't know, from far away like this, she looks like she fits in just fine. So got Enchantress there as well. And also sneaking in here, we got the CW Floyd Lawton Deadshot. When they tried to do Justice League before, the Snyderverse said, hey, you don't do that. We don't do that. This is our thing. You need to disband your Suicide Squad right now. So all in all, bum bada bum, here we got it. Let's go ahead and zoom out. So here's what we have revealed so far. So a lot to go still, but this was a significant chunk, and I'm just really happy with how it's turning out. And we're getting closer and closer. All right, so first of all, you're gonna have to excuse me. This video took several days to film, and I technically finished this last night, but my battery was dying, so I just decided to go charge it and film it today. And I went to work today, then I went out to a doctor's appointment, and then I had a basketball game that I played at, and so that's why I look the way I do now. I just barely got home from my basketball game, and we won. It was, what was it, 71-28, so yeah, we did really well. But I'd just like to thank you all so very much for being a part of this video, for being a part of this channel. How are your displays coming on? What do you do? How do you like to organize your displays? Please let me know down in the comments. And please note that when you do enter these comments and you are enrolling in our giveaways, as of right now, we are, I think, at nearly 360 subs. I need to go 350 sub giveaway. So I'm really excited. Here's to another 350 subs. We're going to keep growing this channel and moving forward and doing giveaways and building the community. And I am very excited to move on from doing toy room videos. I'm having a ton of fun making the toy room, building it up. But I'm also excited for the future of the channel and the things I plan on doing once the toy room is up and at 'em. But until then, thank you all for your patronage, and I'll see you in the next video.